versus Wanda Moore, case number 25CR1247. The defendant is present with counsel Rachel Smith. We were last here on December 18th, 2025, where the defendant pled guilty to count 1 of the indictment, theft, a felony of the 5th degree, and violation of revised code 2913.02A1, and we are here today for sentencing.
Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Ms. Moore, we are asking the court to impose a period of community control. Ms. Moore does have an extensive criminal history. Along with that significant criminal history, there is a significant history of mental illness. Ms. Moore has been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder and has a legal guardian that is her daughter. Counsel has been in communication with that legal guardian. Ms. Moore also has a significant trauma history that is intertwined with her criminal history. It's noteworthy that the most serious offense that Ms. Moore has ever been convicted of was, it's my understanding, the result of interpersonal violence directed at her. And once the state of Ohio began recognizing the battered woman's defense, that she was paroled on that case. Your Honor, Ms. Moore is elderly. She is dependent on others for transportation, for taking care of her daily needs. She is frequently confused. As this court is aware, she did miss one of her hearings and almost missed her pre-sentence interview, but did show up the following day for the hearing, did show up that afternoon for the pre-sentence interview as soon as she was advised. It's my understanding that Ms. Moore did test positive for cocaine at her following her change of plea, but it's my understanding that at the time of her change of plea she was on Percocet, which she did not test positive for. Probation was advised. And in fact, counsel had such concerns about her ability to make it home based on the perceived effects of whatever she had taken and sedating effects, that I escorted her to probation until she was seen by a probation officer and then notified her daughter. Ms. Moore would struggle in prison, and I understand that she would likely have difficulty on community control to this court as well. However, this is a theft offense, it's a shoplifting offense. A misdemeanor was offered in the municipal court, and a representative of Lowe's was present at that hearing.
Get out of here.
And
they actually showed up?
They did, and they indicated that they would be fine with the case being dismissed or reduced to a misdemeanor so long as they received their money. That offer was rejected by the lower court based on Ms. Moore's record. But she has currently spent 30 days in the Lake County Jail, and that's 30 days where her supportive services have lapsed. She gets a great deal of assistance within the community, and was hoping to continue working with Frontline and her doctors at Neon.
What's Neon?
Northeast Ohio Network. I'm not sure what the N is. It's a community service provider based out of Cleveland on the east side in Glenville. So, Your Honor, we are asking for the court to impose a period of community control with credit for the days that have been served.
Okay, Ms. Moore, what did you do with regard to this theft from Lowe's? Explain it to me.
I was with somebody and I was drinking something and I did some drugs and
Who were you with?
This dude named B, who I had met, who I never knew before. And then I went in there and I got some stuff, but I didn't, honestly speaking, they told me what I had did, because I didn't even remember all of it, but then I ended up over on the street at the bus stop, and B obviously put me out the car, and I stayed there for a long time with a homosexual at the bus stop. It was a black guy. And he sat there and took care of me for a long time until I came back. And I was wrong.
Where were you before this guy got you to go and went to Lowe's?
Up at the streets, up at the gas station, out hanging in the street.
Where?
Over there on St. Clair. At St. Clair up on St. Clair by BP gas station.
All right? So he drives you to Lowe's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tells you to do what?
To go get some stuff, and I said, okay, and we get in there, and I go get some stuff, and I come out with some stuff, and then when I come out with some stuff, then we leave. Then when we leave, then we get to 93rd, and then after I got up on 93rd, then I was sitting in the car, and I got out the car, and when I was out the car, he was gone. He left me with my coat and everything.
You seen this guy again?
Never have. Tried to figure out where he was at and asked people in the neighborhood about him. I asked quite a few people, did they know B with the blue car and the angels in the back? I ain't seen him again to this day. That's honest to God true. I vaguely remember what he looked like. I remember he was dark skinned.
What kind of drugs were you doing before you did that?
I had did some coke, I smoked some dope, and I don't know what I drank. I don't really drink.
Right.
So I'm thinking it was maybe some juice or something, because I don't be drinking alcohol or nothing that tastes nasty.
What's this neon place that you've been going to?
It's used to call Huff Norwood, and it's like a like John Glenn Medical Center.
What do they do for you there?
They check me for medical stuff like my diabetes, my kidneys, my blood. And then they got another section where they test me and help me with my mental health and my psych medication and stuff like that.
What psych medication do they give you?
They give me amitriptyline, and now they just start giving me something else called Prozac, because the cocaine, honestly, was to give me energy so I can get up and move and do stuff. So what they did was they said with the Prozac will give me the energy, and then I won't be trying to use the illegal cocaine to get energy.
What were you taking Percocets for?
For the rotator cuff. When I had my fat cat, her name is Kitty, and she was in my arm, and I was trying to hold her. And she like 35 pounds like Garfield. And then she jumped out my arm, and when she jumped out, she jumped the wrong way and popped that thing. So I had to go up there to the emergency so they can give me some medication for it.
When did that happen?
That happened right before, that happened about, it's like the first of the month, right before I got locked up.
First of this month?
June.
First of January?
Yeah.
Your Honor, it was the weekend before the change of plea.
All right, and did you get surgery or something? Or?
I was supposed to, but I got locked up again because I had to come up here and see you because you told me to come up here. So I came up here to see you. And when I came up here to see you, the girl said, you messed up now. You going back to jail because you peed dirty. So then they took me.
That was for the cocaine.
Yeah, that's why I got locked up.
Not for the Percocet. I know, but you can't. What are you taking the cocaine for?
I was taking cocaine to give me energy so I could move.
Why don't you get that 5-hour energy drink or something?
I ain't think about that.
Huh?
I ain't think about that. But I told the truth, so since I told the truth, what they did was they gave me the...
what am I going to do with you? You got a terrible record, right? You've been in and out of prison.
All my life.
Okay. So what are you doing for yourself?
One time for this time, I met some people who I believe is going to really help me.
Who?
This lady, her name is April White. She worked with United Healthcare. Well, what they going to do is they're going to get somebody so I don't be by myself 24 hours, 6 days every time.
Where does your daughter live?
She live up on the west side, but she got a whole house full of people. And I be by myself all the time. So what this lady going to do is she going to get somebody to stay with me 40 hours a week. She going to spend the night sometimes, so I don't have to worry about falling in the bathtub and none of that stuff.
How did you meet?
Company.
What's her name?
Her name is April White. She going to help me get somebody.
How'd you meet April White?
Through United Healthcare, my caseworker from United Healthcare, Mrs. She got one Odessa. She got one of them kind of names, like it's pretty but it's old.
Martha?
It's pretty. It's like old, like O'Reilly, Odessa. I can't think of it right now, but she got a real pretty name. But it's an old name.
How did you get hooked up with United Healthcare?
Because that's my unit. They do my insurance.
Oh.
And so they're gonna help me get somebody. See, this was all starting to work because I was trying to get, I really want to get something different this time that I ain't never had before. So I think they're gonna have some help, 24-hour help for a change.
Okay, but you gotta take the meds they give you, right? And you gotta stay off the cocaine.
Yeah, no.
I mean, how does the cocaine mix with the Prozac? What does that do? Does that,
You know what? I don't know yet, cause,
well, don't find out. It ain't good.
okay.
It ain't good. And it ain't gonna do good with the other stuff you're on either. You gotta stay off that crap.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try. I ain't gonna lie to you and tell you the future, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. This time, I'm really finna work on it because I'm gonna have somebody around me, and whenever I start thinking crazy, I won't have to look for nobody because they gonna be there to assign somebody to be with me 40 hours a week.
Now-
So I'm looking forward to that.
this guy B,
I ain't never seen him again
he
in my life.
come up to you when you were on the street or what?
Yeah. We
Where were you going? You
I was
remember where you were
smoking dope. I
going?
was on the street. I was hanging out. I ain't had no car. I ain't had no ride. He had a car. I was trying to get in and ride. To stop from being out there walking around, you tell the truth. And that's how it all started. Trying to have a ride instead of be out on the street. That's how I got with B.
Well, that guy disappeared, that B.
Yeah, he did. I ain't seen him.
Unless-
Hey, don't nobody else know who he is either. When I ask other people about B, they act like they don't know who I'm talking about.
Hold on, be patient. Unless, I bet one guy who knows who it is Brian Washington probably knows who B is. Police talk to him, but they can't find him now.
Okay.
But don't try to
Told
find.
you his name was
but-
B.
But don't try to find Brian Washington either.
Okay. That scared me a little bit. He ain't dead, is he?
No,
Okay, good.
not that I know of.
Okay, good. I sure was trying to find him.
All right,
I sure was
listen,
asking
so
everybody.
you got out of a long stretch of prison in 21,
Yeah.
but then you got a misdemeanor theft in Euclid, misdemeanor theft in Beechwood, a felony theft in Mayfield, misdemeanor theft in Eastlake, and this drug paraphernalia in June. Wasn't this in June also?
Yes, Your Honor.
June 15th. So you don't remember what you did inside of Lowe's? You loaded a cart up and went to return it, right? And didn't have a receipt, do you remember that? You had a lawnmower and a weed whacker and some other stuff? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember they told me. I went in there, yeah.
And they wouldn't let you return, they wouldn't give you any money, right? Because you didn't have a receipt or you didn't have the credit card it was on. And then you left and put it in B's car. And they didn't stop you when you left, right? The people at Lowe's? The loss prevention guy didn't stop you?
No,
Okay. All right, Ms. Gold?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state does believe that some form of incarceration is appropriate in this case, whether this court wants that to be local jail time or prison. If this court is going to impose restitution, the amount to Lowe's would be $2,083.
Did they send you a victim impact statement? They didn't send me one.
No, Your Honor.
They didn't send, where'd you get the 2,083
From the police report.
from the police? So Lowe's never contacted you?
Correct.
Okay. Because didn't we send them something that said, tell us what your,
One was not ordered.
I got it on my docket.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, they never respond anyway. Then
Oh, no, I'm sorry, one was mailed December 22nd.
they never sent anything back,
Yeah,
right?
never received anything back.
They must be busy hunting down B out there. All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report. I've listened to what Ms. Moore has said and what counsel has said. I've considered all the provisions and the stuff in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. I'm going to put you on probation for a year. You're going to serve 45 days with credit for 30. the only drugs you can have is the drugs you're prescribed, got it?
Yes.
And you're gonna be tested, so they're gonna find out if you're taking cocaine and other marijuana and crap like that. Can't take that. Because when you test positive, you'll get arrested and go back to jail like you did this time. Can't take that no more. Got it?
Yeah.
All right, stay out of Lowe's. No contact with B. And if you run across Brian Richardson, ask him if he knows where B is, okay? And you gotta keep going to Neon for your mental health. And pending the, and pay the costs and supervision fees. And pending the folks from Cuyahoga County, you'll be transferred to Cuyahoga County.
For what?
Probation.
Okay.
You
Can I just
understand?
come and see you?
What?
Can I just come and see her?
Who?
The people here for the probation.
Isn't it harder for you to get here than it is to go there?
Oh, because of the buses. Okay, yeah.
All right. Okay. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No restitution for Lowe since they didn't present a victim impact statement. Ms. Smith, anything else?
Not at this time.
Deputy Samak, anything else?
I think that's going to be it, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Behave yourself.
I'm looking forward to this new get-together with the 48-hour lady. I'm serious, because I be doing good.
I hope so.
And then after I do good for so long, I get tired of being by myself and I get on the hamster wheel.